Have you ever found anything in your life that's disagreeable to you or others at this moment in time? Welcome to this week's devotional. So glad that you joined me. Now, that's a pretty crazy question, isn't it? To say that there's something disagreeable means that there is a problem in our very lives, our very neighborhoods, our very existences. That's the last thing that we want to admit. Because admitting to someone that there is something disagreeable is paramount to saying that there's a problem and we can't live with each other. Yeah, I don't know about you. While I want to be open and vulnerable with other people, I don't want to come out and tell people that I've got foibles and faux pas and all this other stuff. Maybe it's just a human thing that we want to come out looking better than we really are. The crazy thing, and shouldn't even use the word the crazy thing or words actually, is in the fact that God reminds us continually, you have problems, but let me take care of those problems. Let me be the Lord of your life so that you're able to live in the way that I've called you to live. Easier said than done, isn't it? Here's the catch with this. So often we say this that, well, God didn't offer us or promise us a bed of roses. Had someone a while back that said, actually, he did. Look at the roses. What comes with the roses? Thorns do. God promises us that he is with us even through the problems. Are we going to allow the problems to overwhelm us? Even with saying that, I was listening to a story just this last week, and it brought out this point of this young girl that was walking through this area and picked some wild roses. In her rush to get these back to her mom, she crushed the roses with her hands. Now, when she realized this with giving this to her mom, she was bewildered because the roses were not as she was wanting to give them. And her mom looked at her and smiled and said, dear, I actually love this better because it's in the roses being crushed that it brings out the fragrance. It brings out the joy to me. How often is it that we see that through our disagreements and problems and even the faux pas of life? That's really the last thing that we want to look at. But God uses us in ways that we cannot imagine for his honor and glory. He is focusing on him and him alone so that we're able to continue not just in this life, but ultimately in the life to come as well. Speaking of which, this week's devotional verse comes to us from Joshua chapter 24, looking at verse 15, and it says this: If it is disagreeable in your sight to serve the Lord, choose for yourselves today whom you will serve, whether the gods which your fathers served, which were beyond the river, or the gods of the Amorites in whose land you are living in. But as for me and my house, we will choose to serve the Lord. Right there, it's a moment by moment choice that we need to make in the here and now on what we're going to do. No matter what's happening in life, there's always going to be disagreeable things. But the biggest and best choice that we should be making is serving God, choosing him no matter what is going on, so that we are able to have life, have it abundantly, and be able to go and share the good news that is in Jesus of a life that is even better, not just than we deserve, but that is a chosen life that we're able to see through the ceaseless ages of eternity itself. Thank you again for joining me. Look forward to seeing you next time as we continue to study God's Word together. God bless.